Okay, we are getting to the assassin stuff. So I guess, you do get the assassin stuff early in the game. I just don't remember because there's so much fucking side content for 20 hours before actually getting to the main story. But I guess, yeah, now we're into assassin stuff. We're doing the assassin stuff of that I, for some reason, just didn't think was a big part of the game.
Blind and backwards into this mess, kid. Who the hell was that jester back there?
Atabai, an assassin, and my mentor.
So you're all part of some daffy religion?
We're assassins and we follow a creed, aye. But it does not command us to act or submit, only to be wise.
Oh, do tell. I'd love to hear it.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. This is the world's only certainty.
Everything is permitted. I like the sound of that. Thinking what I like and acting how I please.
Harriet, you do not understand.
That's funny. But yeah, okay, we're doing the assassins like induction here. I didn't realize this was this early in the game. Like you, Onyx, I spent most of my time in Black Flag doing pirate shit on the side. The side content ended up being the majority of what my playthrough. So I just kind of don't associate any of this with early game. I was probably almost fully kitted out by the time I did this quest. And this quest is sequence 4.
You walked me blind and backwards into this mess, kid. Who the hell was that jester back there?
Atabai, an assassin.
So I find this very amusing in retrospect.
We're assassins and we follow.
I'm having to really, like, re-examine my memory of this game.
Only to be wise.
Right now in real time.
I'd love to hear it.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. This is the world's only certainty.
Everything is permitted. I like the sound of that. Thinking what I like and acting how I please.
We interrupted their conversation.
The way forward's blocked.
That's a door, I reckon.
Aye. There should be some way to open it. A mechanism somewhere.
Like a capstan.
Those blocks up there. Try moving then.
Good thing we have a specifically marked location to platform off of. But yeah, like, I am now trying to evaluate.
Damn it.
Easy, Kenway. This ain't like climbing Ratlands. Those blocks up there seem like they might move with a bit of weight.
I'm having to evaluate my, like... Because I just always assumed that this was mostly a pirate game. Because that's my experience with it. But I guess if you mainline the story, you don't have that problem.
They have the upper hand now.
That's only a problem if you spend so much time digging around in the open world. And that's interesting. That's fascinating.
Let's find another way around. Follow on, man.
The way your playstyle informs your, like, perspective of the game. Think about that, it's like in real time. God, imagine swimming with your eyes open in fucking salt water. That would be devastating.
You're still drawing breath.
Enough to curse you with, kid.
Enough to curse you with, kid. Yeah. So we're already getting to the assassin stuff. Like we have the creed.
Must be a great
We have like the
beyond.
protagonist who doesn't quite understand what the creed means yet, but he will in time.
Waiting at the end of this path had better be worth my time.
That'll depend on you.
How's that?
What I'm taking you to see may spin your head right round. I only hope you can take the shock of it.
I can handle myself.
That's an interesting analogy. The Pokemon Scarlet, once you get to level 40, like, the level curve doesn't matter because once you get to level 40, you have everything you really need to finish the game. Interesting. Because I think, like, that's an interesting comparison, because I think the same thing happens here. Because once you end Sequence 3 and get your hideout, more or less the entire open world is open. Like, we literally sailed from one end of the map to the complete opposite end to do this mission. Let me see if I can pull up the map. No, we can't here. No, we can't get into the world map. But, like, we were literally on the east side of the map, and this mission is all the way on the west side. So my hypothesis is that my last playthrough of this game, I just did all the side content because I realized I could. So I spent 20 hours as a pirate. Maybe 25 in all likelihood. Just doing all that shit. Getting, like, kitted out to the max. And only then did I actually touch the story. That's what I'm assuming happened to me. Now, my memory is not perfect. I could be wrong. But since so much of my experience with Black Flag is just pirate shenanigans, that has to have been the case. And it sounds like Pokemon Scarlet has the same thing, where, like, once you get to a certain point in the story, you can just do fuck all.
One more riddle to solve. These statues are like the ones we've seen before, but with pictures carved on them.
There's pictures carved on the floor as well, but not of the same sort.
There's a correspondence then. But what?
Oh, you know what?
There's a difference between them animals on the statues and them on the floor. Do you see it?
Aye, one group is predators, the other is prey.
Which predator goes with which prey? That's the question.
Right, there's your correspondence. Match a predator with its prey.
Wonder if...
This isn't the right position.
Okay. So I guess we would lift this up then. And these help us. You know what? What we want to do.
Stones are counterweights.
Okay, yeah, it's just color matching. It's matching colors.
This isn't working.
I know, kid. I figured it out though.
Lend me a hand here, will you?
It's just color matching. Yeah, we're doing Nathan Drake shit in Assassin's Creed. It really could. It cannot be more complex than this, right? It's just color matching. It is fucking just color matching. Krellin, to answer your question, I happen to enjoy the conspiracy kitchen soup of Assassin's Creed to a point. Not as much as I used to, because conspiracy kitchen soup doesn't really play that well in a 4chan world, in a post 4chan world. But I do enjoy the lore of Assassin's Creed. I genuinely did up until, like, very recently, when I realized that it was all, like, going nowhere fast, and there was no plan for it. It literally is just fucking color matching. It was a different time. It was a different time period. I thought this when we did Assassin's Creed 2. Like, going through the truth sections again.
But this thing must be hundreds of years old.
Older still. You're certain it's him?
Aye. It's the eyes that mark him.
Did the Templars say why they wanted this sage?
They drew some of his blood into this small glass cube.
There's some lighting going on here that's weird.
Aye. They meant to ask him about the observatory too, but he escaped.
Huh. We're finished here.
Yeah. J.J. Abrams effect. That's apt.
What the hell did I just see back there? Jim.
Yeah, the rate this memory stuff, for some reason, like, I guess Ubisoft weren't very confident in their new processes or whatever. You could literally give each mission a ranking out of 5 stars, let Ubisoft know how good or bad that mission was. It's absurd to think about, really, but,
Was that the man you saw in Havana?
Speaking right like that.
It seems another sage has been found. The race for the observatory begins anew.
Is that why we're whispering?
This is your doing, Captain Kenway. The maps you sold to the Templars have led them straight to us. And now the agents of 2 empires know exactly where we operate.
Leave this to me, Mental.
They have taken Edward's crew as well. I wonder what their lives are worth to him.
Take this. You'll attract no attention, and take fewer lives.
But yeah, you call it J.J. Abrams effect, I call it the X-Files effect. Where,
Use them darts on this one coming now.
in the 80s, or like in the 80s and early 90s when the X-Files was a show.
Quiet and effective, see?
It had this, like, big global conspiracy kind of framework.
Down, you bastard! Get down! You've seen this temple here?
And when they tried to do the reboot,
If it's full of gold and jade and the like. That's the big.
yeah, I knew, I thought, it was the 90s, I was wrong.
They're pulling it down to the ground, aren't they?
When they did that reboot in the 2000s, it was like 2000s to 2010, somewhere along the, like, the 2010, somewhere along that time. There was this experience where the conspiracy kitchen soup that I'd begin their bread and butter became way less entertaining. And that was largely a function of pre versus post 4chan society.
Many thanks. But
Or
no forgiveness.
QAnon society. And the same thing kinda happened with Assassin's Creed. We're going through all of that stuff about the truth and the grand global conspiracy that spans, like, hundreds of years. Is way less or way less fun. Still kind of interesting, honestly. In a world where actual people with political power have those beliefs and extol those beliefs. Oh, I didn't know there were shows that were before. The X-Files one I think of was the one I watched. Because the one that everyone watched, everyone of my generation kind of saw. But I didn't know there were a couple before that. That's news to me. I'm interested by that. But that whole, like, global conspiracy
It was a slaver who brought these soldiers.
just doesn't play the way it used to. Because we're in a whole different era than we were back then. And when the X-Files did that reboot, you felt that. You felt that difference in the way the world world was the world's collective attitude towards that kind of storyline. Which is why the reboot didn't last very long at all.
Death and disease to these slavers.
Use some berserk darts. The blowgun's actually a pretty fun tool to use. Not gonna lie.
Mixing with these haters makes me bloody sick.
Le akson jetele ak kinsaho ma.
That's fair. There are a lot of things that I like that other people can't stand. So I wouldn't be surprised if X-Files fell into that umbrella as well.
You managed to live through this.
No casualties so far, which is good news for us.
Bastards have a sight!
Alright, we got this.
Let me up, Nosbot, and face me like a soldier.
Are you fucking serious?
Off the
Stop, you! I've got a good line on him! Christ. What a mess here.
What we got there? We got more prisoners than our cap would say that we have. Well, that didn't go the way I wanted it to.
If only you lads knew what was coming to you. I think you'd pack your kits and run.
Well, I accidentally had 3 people killed with by berserking the person who was going to shoot at them. So maybe that was a bad idea. Maybe that was a bad read. Oh well.
Who's this Dutch fella with close hair? What a sourpuss he is.
Slaver named Prince. I'm told he has a letter of marque from Governor Hamilton, and that we're to afford him every courtesy.
Well, that's a queer combination.
Ana Shimbalte Humpel, Erbetil, Abin Shibalba, Agbatel.
Look, all I know is he's looking for someone, and we're to help him find it.
Yeah, we kill the... If we have this guy go berserk, we might have a better chance. There we go. And that should be all the prisoners we need.
Kindness you do this, or give.
There we go. Well, that was pretty easy. That was pretty easy overall. That might be a 5-star mission.
See that mangy old codger? He's a Dutch slaver called Lorenz Prinz, living now like a king in Jamaica. Bastard's been a target for years. Bloody hell, we nearly had him.
By God, you bravos are a cheery bunch, eh? All frowns and furrowed brows.
Captain Kenway, you have remarkable skills.
Thanks, mate. It comes natural.
But you're churlish and arrogant, prancing around in a uniform that you have not earned.
Everything is permitted. Isn't that your motto?
I absolve you of your errors in Havana and elsewhere, but you are not welcome here.
Sorry, mate.
Of
Wish it were
course, a
otherwise.
pirate would enjoy everything being permitted.
Cheery bunch of mates you've got.
You deserve scorn, Edward. Prancing about like one of us, bringing shame to our cause.
And what is that? Your cause.
To be blunt, we kill people. Templars and their associates. Folks who'd like to control all the empires on Earth. Claiming it's in the name of peace and order.
Sounds like Ducass's dying words.
You see? It's about power, really. About lording over people. Robbing us of liberty.
That another message from one of your friends?
Aye. I'll show you.
Good stuff happening right now. Oh, look at all of these optional objectives that I will be ignoring. Look at all that optional content we will not be doing for this Let's Play. No, we will rate. I really like that one. We'll give that a 5-star rating. I don't even know if people are still looking at these ratings at this point. Like, this game has been thoroughly analyzed by many people that are way smarter than I am.
So would the sight of money make you more friendly to our ways?
As ever.
Then work these contracts around the West Indies for us, and we'll pay you. As simple as that. Now follow on. I have one last secret to share.
I'm sure
How long
you
have
do.
been one of these assassins, eh?
Couple years now. I met Atabai in Spanish Town, and there was something about him I trusted. Sort of wisdom.
Is all this his idea? His clan?
No, sir. Assassins and Templars have been at war for
For
thousands
thousands of years all over the world.
all over the world.
Which is a retcon, by the way. To be clear, in the original penned script for Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, the Assassin-Templar conflict did start in Syria. With Altair's clan. There was not a 1,000-year-old global conspiracy in the original Assassin's Creed. That is actually famously a myth. The Assassins-Templar conflict cannot, like, in the original script, started in Syria during the Third Crusade. So it was not thousands of years.
Had a philosophy like our creed for as long as they've been here. And when Europeans arrived,
It wasn't even 1,000 years.
matched up. Cultures and religions and languages keep folks divided. But there's something in the Assassin's Creed that crosses
Title
those
drop!
boundaries. A fondness for life.
Assassin's
and
Creed.
liberty.
Sounds a bit like Nassau, no?
Close, but not quite. Here we
Oh,
are.
it's this marker.
Take that stone you discovered from the Mayan Stela and put it there. That's one. Copper dot
Another
on your
bunch
What will
of
this have
doodads to collect.
respect for a start from the men and women you put in danger here. And if that ain't enough, there's a treasure behind that door. Something many centuries old. I reckon if you made the effort to find every last one of those, it'd be worth your while.
So you sailing back to Nassau?
When I have another contract there, right? This is my home for now.
Man, if Edward did wave the black flag when Captain Kidd said the Assassin's Creed, that would have been funny. That would have been genuinely funny. But here we are. We are now doing... Actually, we're still not an assassin. We are still just a pirate who happened to stumble into the conflict. We just now understand it better. And I do think it's actually pretty cute and cool for fast travel unlocked. For Edward to not be an assassin. I think it's cool that like you spend most of the game as just a guy trying to get rich. All right, where do we go next, buddies? Where's our next mission? Okay, do we have a fast travel? Yeah, okay, we can fast travel. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Fire! Loose and trim too! Awaiting your mark, Captain!
Back to Nassau. Back to Nassau.